When the Minnesota Vikings drafted center Garrett Bradbury at number 18 overall in the 2019 NFL Draft, the hope was sky high that he would secure the middle. He would be John Sullivan-esque, where you have this undersized center, but who's a great leader and just gets after for the next 10 to 15 years for the Vikings in the pivot. But through 3 seasons, Bradbury has not fared so well, and him being a first-round pick, he does have a 5th-year option, and now it is fully guaranteed, and the Vikings reportedly, no, not so much. This is from PFF, Shireen Williams. The Vikings are not expected to exercise the 5th-year option on center Garrett Bradbury's contract. Chris Thomason of the Pioneer Press reports. Oh, so we're aggregating this from an aggregator. I love it. I love it, man. That news does not come as a surprise. The 5th-year option for Bradbury would cost the Vikings $13.202 million for 2023. And the Vikings, cap-wise, with Cousins, as well as potentially paying Justin Friggin Jefferson, even though they could structure it with the remaining years on his rookie deal. But the Vikings, they want to save some of that cap space, and Bradbury has definitely not been playing in terms of being a top-tier paid center, which his 5th-year option would put him into the stratosphere. So it's unfortunate because I had high hopes for the Grim Reacher coming in from NC State, but Bradbury through 3 years has an amazing trifecta. In fact, it may be an NFL record. He has been the lowest qualifying center in PFF grading for pass blocking 3 years in a row. Now, it's amazing because generally, if you're that low, you're going to be benched or you're going to be out of a job. But Bradbury has, the Vikings have stuck out with Bradbury, but 3 years in a row, 31st, 31st, and 26th, which is just Idios mio. Last year, he posted a 43.7 pass blocking grade, allowing 26 pressures, 2 sacks, and 8 penalties. But what we do have to give Bradbury credit where it's due. He has been great in the run game. He's been solid calling protections at times. And the Minnesota Movement Company in the run game with Dalvin and Madison and King Kene, they're fantastic. And Bradbury's best attribute, just like he was coming out of NC State, was him an outside zone in the rug game, as well as him getting out on screens and getting downfield. He's fantastic in that regard, but just one-on-one against nose tackles. And you've seen ever since his rookie year, defensive coordinators have found ways to isolate Bradbury or even get 2 guys on him because they know in pass protection, the quickest way to rattle Kirk Cousins is going to be right up the middle, and that has to change. And now Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell have said some nice things about Bradbury. O'Connell in one of his pressers even mentioned that, hey, we have 4 of our starters, only right guard is open, or something to that effect. But I don't really buy it because we are in peak BS season, and I think it's very possible the Vikings could and should be in on Tyler Linderbaum, even though, another undersized center. We've talked about this ad nauseum. Linderbaum is a much different player than Garrett Bradbury. Linderbaum is the best center prospect in the last 5 years, and don't miss out on a future Pro Bowl and All-Pro center in Linderbaum just because it didn't work out with Bradbury and the way about the same. Or, Linderbaum even weighs a little bit less. Don't do that. It ain't there. But maybe the Vikings do have some contingency plans. Like maybe they'll take Bradbury, Linderbaum in the first round. Maybe they'll go after a guy like Cole Strange or Cam Jurgens out of Nebraska in day 2. Or maybe the Vikings have a contingency plan. It's like, hey, J.C. Treader, Kwesi adofo-mensah knows you very well from 2 years in Cleveland together. They know the ins and outs of his health. They know the ins and outs of him in the locker room. So maybe Kwesi's got him on speed dial. What's up? Hey, as soon as we potentially don't get one of the top tier centers in the draft day 1, day 2, how about we give you a little call? We have a little bit of cap space. How about you take a 1-year prove it deal, and then you get to keep your NFLPA president title, as well as potentially win another title with the Minnesota Vikings. So there you go. But either way, it's really unfortunate with Bradbury. Of course, you want all of your first-round picks to pan out, but the problem is that we haven't even seen any real progression over 3 years. Like the anchor and coming into the NFL, a lot of players, especially young players, coming in, they're still growing into their bodies. They're still filling out. So adding size, adding mass, adding strength is the easiest thing to do in the National Football League. You can't really make yourself faster. You can't really make your arms longer. You can't do this or that, but you can add size and strength to be able to hold up against grown-ass men in the trenches. But we haven't seen it from Bradbury. It would be one thing if we had seen an absolute atrocious rookie year, which we did, and then a little improvement and a little improvement, but we haven't. We just haven't seen it, man. So I think that Kwesi and O'Connell, they are bluffing. It's a new regime. They didn't draft him, and they're not picking up his fifth-year option. So it sort of is what it is. But your thoughts and our thoughts. Vikings reportedly not going to pick up, not going to do it. Garrett Bradbury's fifth-year option. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.